During dinner, you were regaling us about a sighting you had.
Yeah.
I had never heard about this sighting before, and I was wondering if you could retell it here for my audience.
Well, it was an event following a talk by the newly elected head of MUFON, and given at a MUFON meeting that Tracy Torme also spoke at. My son and I and my girlfriend were leaving there when we saw a light in the distance that very quickly went from a tiny dot to something very big, and it was 3 lights that on the corners of a gigantic black triangle. It was huge. It was very low and slow. I mean, this is something that you could probably hit with a rock from, it was so low. And it was a giant black triangle, huge, unbelievably large, with a round, shimmering glow coming from the point of each of the triangles. When it stopped, it sort of tipped upward a little bit. I don't know if that had anything to do with deceleration, but it stopped dead over the top of us, turned 90 degrees to the right, so the point of the triangle was now pointed off to the west, and then it shot off in that direction. This is something I probably wouldn't have reported if it wasn't for the fact that there was a huge number of people who saw it too. This is in a highly populated part of California, and all these independent reports were taken by one particular UFO reporting group, circles with numbers in them, but, 12 or 15 people who didn't know each other, weren't connected, and were all reporting seeing the same thing that we saw.
It had 3 sort of like, were they colorful lights on the edges, or?
Well, it was a kind of sort of a strange color. I wouldn't call it yellow or white. But it had a shimmer to it that was odd, looking straight up into it. I think some kind of energy source boiling out of there, but
say boiling, so was it like a roiling, sort of rolling?
Yeah, on a very tiny scale, not big, but vibrational look to it. That
did you see a sphere in the lights? Like, was there like
no,
a clear bulb there?
It didn't seem like, oh, here's a light so you don't run into us, because it was embedded in the surface. So it was sort of beneath the surface, and you don't fully see it until it's directly over you. So I think it had something to do with keeping it aloft.
The propulsion or something.
Yeah.
And then in the middle, there was a different colored one.
No, not in my case.
No?
I've heard of many similar cases that had a light in the center of it.
Oh, this one had no light in the center?
No.
Oh.
And so it must be something that's only applied some of the time.
Right, yeah.
But what is this? Is this something some Earth-based agency has? I don't know where they hide such a monstrosity, maybe under the sea, but it was huge. And if it is an Earth-based agency, I think that would be the reason they stopped directly over the top of us. They knew we would be at that MUFON meeting, and knew where we were at the time.
You believe it stopped over you specifically?
I do, because, there's a highly populated area, and why, it'd be a really huge coincidence to stop over the top of us and then shoot off. Now, could have been aliens on board piloting this thing too. Who knows? Don't know. It was definitely technology that's not known to be in the possession of humans.
And you were in the car at this point?
Yes.
Who was driving?
My son was driving. My girlfriend was in the back seat looking straight up through the glass. She got a real good look at it. Had a very strange sort of semi-gloss black texture to it.
You described it like scales almost.
Yeah.
Like a tiling, like a staggered tile, like almost.
Yeah, something like that. And that would be one way that fits the description. But I never would have reported it, just the three of us, except for the fact that, more than a dozen other people reported the same thing who don't know us and don't know each other.
No, that makes it definitely worthwhile. But I mean, something like that's that massive. I mean, that must be just so jarring. You've had your fair share of dealing with things, but what did your son and your girlfriend think at the time? Were they just absolutely shocked? Did they wanted to get out and see this thing?
Yeah. My son said, Dad, should we pull over and take a picture? I said, no, keep going. And I was so surprised at myself that I would respond that way. I really wish that I had taken a picture.
Yeah, but on the flip side, you would also wish you never got out of that truck in 1975.
But maybe the other 12 or 15 people who reported it independently, maybe at least a couple of them took pictures.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got a cell phone.
What year was this?
93, I believe.
Yeah, okay. Maybe a little prior to cell phones, though.
The year that Jan Harzan took office as the head of MUFON.
Here's a depiction, a drawing from a similar reported sighting.
Well, it's a large triangle.
With what he described to be like a black diamond tile.
Well, it's not, that picture's not.
It's not a great drawing.
Not detailed enough for me to say, oh yeah, that was it. But, it was definitely something that very, very high tech and very faster than anything that we have that I know of.
Scary.
How could it move through the air that fast without, creating a jet stream or something of that nature?
Frictionless.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. Appreciate it.
Well, like I said, if it had been just the three of us, I wouldn't have ever reported it.